Hello, my friends. Hi, it's your boy RobertIDK. I'm back sitting down for the first time in a while, and no, I'm not sick. I just felt like sitting down. Partially because it's almost 11 p.m. now, and I'm now at that time of day where I'm like, I don't want to wake anyone up, but I gotta do this video. I gotta watch the thing. So I threw on the headphones, sat down, and we are gonna do this one a little bit differently. I will start out quiet, but I'm sure I will get not quiet at some point before long. We are back checking out SocksStudios. This is the fourth time we are checking it out, but it's been such a fun new channel for me to check out that I've just honestly really been enjoying doing it. And I know you guys have been enjoying it too, so it's fun to explore. And guys, honestly, there is still so much essential viewing on this channel that we haven't done yet. It's not optional, it's essential viewing. So we are going to do it. Let's go, homies. I was clicking around and I'm really interested in this video, getting surgery. As you know, your boy had a lot of really bad health issues last year, and I was in the hospital a few times, and it was very scary, but after spending some time in hospitals, it makes me more interested to hear this story, and maybe some of you guys who've been going through some health issues might be interested in this as well. And you know what, people? I might have to do it. I might have to do it, guys. You know what I'm thinking? Yep. I'm thinking it too. People, I think it is time that we treat this series like a series and give it a theme song.
SocksStudios, just Nick and his bros, and they can't take themselves serious. Put on your socks and let's have a talk, and we'll see who's the weirdest. Meme God Plaza and that way. Don't forget about TBH. Then hop on Discord with your best mates and put on your socks, we're going to space.
Okay, homies, getting surgery. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. RobertIDK, SocksFor2, 3, 2, 1.
My name is SocksFor2, and today I'm going to tell you guys a story about how it is to get surgery. For those who have been watching me for a while now, you know that I actually got surgery on my nose. People would always say, oh, you should be happy on how you looked like when you were born. I would agree with you if you looked like this, or that, or this. All these.
True. Yes, if you are born looking like this, then yeah, you're probably good. Actually, no, you should definitely see a doctor, but not for cosmetic purposes. For like saving your life purposes, because something is severely wrong. But yeah, if you are born looking like any of these things, you should go to the hospital anyways.
If you look like this, or that, or this. All these people, man. Look at them. They're like models.
All the pictures are just me.
I completely agree that you should be happy with who you are, but it doesn't mean that you can't improve yourself, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The whole point of getting the surgery was to make my nose smaller. My first fear was that after the surgery, I was gonna look like Thanos. Because of that, I couldn't go back.
Does Thanos even have a nose? Thanos.
That's Voldemort.
PNG. Oh, that's Voldemort. I forgot my Thanoses. I mean my Voldemorts. Wait, what?
Wait, yeah, does Thanos have a particularly distinct nose? Oh, or does he mean like purple? Does he mean it'll be purple after? Because yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, you definitely don't want a Voldemort nose. That is a very important distinction to make. That's in terms of fantasy villains, that's one with a nose that you do not want to have.
The only thing I would want from Thanos is his massive chin. I love Thanos.
Everyone wants a giant chin.
My goal here is to get that handsome Squidward look.
Of course.
Squidward's nose looks like it's broken.
When I went to the doctor for my first appointment, I won't lie, I was nervous. It was really weird too, because they don't perform surgery just on the nose, all right? They do other areas, such as, the
chest.
What?
Chest.
As I was sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in, there were like some fake
chest
right in front of me, just staring at me.
And you were like, I want that.
They were looking at me first, man.
At first, I was
oh
like,
my gosh.
that's so whack. Like, why would someone want that inside their body? But I needed to investigate further. I started moving towards it. I started poking it with the stick. What?
Socks, how long did the doctor leave you in the room alone, man? Let's just leave this grown man with a pair of
chest. And a stick. Oh my gosh. That's, well, hey, listen, if y'all don't want that to happen, don't take so long to see your patients. The reason this lunacy was allowed to happen was because doctors or doctor receptionists or whatever will leave you in the room for like 30 minutes before the doctor comes in. Don't even bring bring me in if it's 30 minutes away. I'd rather be in the lobby. Actually, maybe I wouldn't. I just don't want to wait that long. It takes so long.
Let's just leave this grown man with a pair of
Chest.
And a stick.
The doctor walks in.
Fine.
What are you doing? Nothing. Anyway, the doctor and I started having a conversation on what I wanted to change on my nose. What I got from it is that he will change my nose so it would end in between my eyes instead of going out. It was literally only a millimeter difference, which I was shocked about. But he said small things can be really effective. The surgery was gonna take place in 2 weeks. I wasn't nervous about anything except for one thing. When the doctor was explaining how the surgery was going to be done, they were going to put me to sleep using amnesia.
What?
Using amnesia?
Amnesia.
Are you sure it's worn off, brother? Are you sure that it's out of your system? Because if you're calling anesthesia amnesia, I think you're suffering from some amnesia caused by the anesthesia. That wasn't meant to be a play on words. That's just literally, I think, what happened in your life. I would definitely get that checked out. Okay.
Amnesia is when you forget stuff. Dude, anesthesia is like what
forget
old people
stuff.
get when you forget a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I wrote it wrong. If you don't know what anesthesia is, it is a substance that they give you to make you fall asleep. At first, I thought this was something that you would breathe in and it like knocks you out. But turns out it is something they just put straight into your body through your IV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When I was getting surgery, I just had like a bag of rocks and smacked me with it.
Wait a minute. Through an IV. All right, guys. All right. I wanted to save this for maybe later in the video, but it's kind of important. I've never mentioned this in a video before, ever. I've never, ever mentioned this in a video before. But a few years ago, I had the same thing done. Yes, it's true. Not many people notice, I don't think, which I guess is the goal for most people. But yeah, I grew up with a gigantic nose, and when I got to a certain age, I was like, I wouldn't mind changing this if I have the ability to do it. And it was a corrective procedure. You know, my nose, as I had gotten older, it started to like deform, and I didn't love it. And so yeah, that was like a few years ago in like 2019, like the beginning of 2019. And yeah, I just never felt the need to talk about it, honestly. But here we are. I didn't know that this video would be about this, so I didn't know I'd end up having to talk about this and reveal this about myself, but it is true. Now that that's out of the way, I can actually comment on what's going on here. That's interesting. I did not have an IV for my anesthesia. Yeah, I like just breathed it, I think? Huh. Is it like I breathed it in and then when I was already asleep, they put the IV in me? I don't know. I didn't see it. I just don't remember them putting an IV in me before I went to sleep. Maybe they did. I could have swore that I don't know. I don't remember having an IV. I think I would remember because I hate IVs, guys. I hate them. When I was in the hospital, I had that needle directly into my vein for like a week and I just, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. Shout out to all my homies who have to deal with IVs. It's not fun, but you're a warrior for doing it.
When I was getting surgery, I just had like a bag of rocks and smacked me with it.
The thing I was worried about is that my body would actually fight the anesthesia. Like I would awake during the surgery.
Oh, man.
But I couldn't move my body because I was strapped down on the table.
That's rare, but it can happen.
I got a bag of chips. I'm just gonna watch from the side.
No, what bag of chips, Mimi? What happened to the alu caprata?
You're right.
My other worry is that if something were bad to happen during the surgery, like, I don't know, the doctor just dropping his tools in my body or something. What? Yeah, and then they're gonna play
This is the great thing. To operate on your nose, they don't have to go into your entire chest cavity, brother. Great news. Great news, Socks. To get your nose worked on, they do not have to rip open your innards. So you don't need to worry about that. I'm so glad that we could sort this out for you, brother.
What? Yeah, and then they're gonna play Operation on me.
Oh, I dropped in there. Well, I'm not gonna get it out of my job.
Doctor, oh, nurse, I need a scalpel. It's in the person already.
$500,000 Rolex just fell into his heart.
Sheesh, now his heart is $500 more dripped out.
Worst case scenario is that they did something to me and there was no way to recover.
Oh no, worst case scenario, Mimi walks in with a doctor's outfit.
Yeah, I was actually there, by the way, you know? I was watching.
With all these bad possibilities, man, I was having a nervous breakdown. And trust me, if you go on Google and type in side effects on Google, it's even worse.
Oh
Just
my
side effects,
gosh.
nothing else.
Don't do that. If you are preparing for a surgery, do not go and Google the side effects and all of that stuff. I mean, make sure you're aware of certain things before you like consent to a procedure. But in terms of like, do not put yourself through like just thinking about all the worst case scenarios. What I personally think you should do is you can go on YouTube and search for videos and vlogs from people who have gotten the same procedure done, and you can see their experience and you'll see the whole thing from start to finish in terms of like their experience getting ready for it and then their experience recovering from it. And that can help you so much, because the worst thing is just having no idea. And Socks chose the worst possible approach to fixing that issue by looking at all of the side effects rather than seeing someone's positive experience.
It was a day before the big surgery. I couldn't drink or eat anything for 16 hours. And that's the last thing I want to hear right now, man. I wanted to stress eat. I was having self-doubts that if I even wanted to pull through with this. But I knew deep down I would be much happier once this was done. We had to wake up at 4 a.m. because we were required to be at the hospital at 5. I don't know if you've ever been on a road that early, but it's literally empty. Not a single car, except maybe 1 or 2 trucks.
And me. Hello.
Yeah. Dude.
Roger's in the bushes.
That is a true, like, that is a very good point. Yo, if you haven't been on the road that early, you are missing out on a weird human experience. For me, it's like I've had to wake up for flights at like 4 a.m. And those mornings when like you are usually still asleep for like 3+ more hours, but you are forced to be awake and go about your day and do things, that is the most like psychologically like confusing experience that you can go through in terms of just your consciousness. And yeah, for this it would be the same thing. Yeah, having to wake up that early, you get that experience of just like your body's like,
we shouldn't be awake right now.
so it's like you're half asleep, half going through life. It's so weird. And then yeah, the drive, like a cold, especially when it's cold outside, a cold morning drive when you're like, whoa, it is like chilly in here. Like I'm not used to it being this chilly. It's crazy.
Roger's in the bushes waiting. Oh my.
I was spying on.
It was peaceful, but also made my anxiety increase even more because now I was regretting my decisions even more. Should I jump out of the car?
No,
seems like
dude.
the better option.
Why would you? You could just stop the car.
I wasn't the one driving.
Oh yeah, I was driving. I was taking you.
No, it was my dad.
Oh, I am your
You're
dad.
dead.
We arrived to the hospital and I was taken to a private room. 2 nurses came in and the first thing they told me was to take off my clothes.
Oh!
That is how it goes.
Was one of them Candace?
I had to remove all my clothes and put this like apron thing on. All the clothes that you wear are currently considered hazardous.
Oh yeah, you know what sucks about that? The room's
Yeah,
really
because
cold.
you got that
so it's
drip.
just really
It's
bad.
fire.
Did you get that coat that like doesn't cover your bottom?
Yeah.
And you can just slap your
They made me lay down on
That is super weird. That is very strange, but you know, logical. Makes sense. But yeah, the way those are set up, it's like, yeah, it kind of is like it covers everything except for what you want it to cover, you know? It's like, bro, this thing that you put on has one job, and it is to cover the parts. And what is the one part it doesn't cover? The parts. It's like, bro, what I asked you to do one job, and what's going on? Whack. If you ask me, that's whack.
They made me lay down on this chair, and I'll be honest, I was pretty snuggled in. They made me put this IV thing.
Man, what is that weird hospital noise that they have? Yo, shout out to any headphone users who also were just confused as to what was happening in their left ear. Sorry, I was just like, do I need to... I paused it to check. I was like, what? Is that the video? Okay, sorry. Sorry.
They made me lay down on this chair, and I'll be honest, I was pretty snuggled in. They made me put this IV thing in my wrist, and I freaked out a bit because, you know, I don't like anything.
Going inside of me.
Whoa, pause.
Pause.
I was gonna just say, you know, I don't like shots and stuff, but okay, baby.
Yeah, well, a needle in the vein is much
Take
worse.
that out, animator, please. Don't put that in.
Luckily, my dad was still there, and we started to make jokes, and everything was a lot better. I'll be playing videos here Look,
Cool.
we were making funny
Oh, cool.
Oh, is
Your dad
this
walked
like
into the
real in
surgery
real life
room.
videos?
The dad walked into the surgery room. Was like, "Are you winning, son?"
videos. We even made a video of me telling the camera who I was, just in case if I lost all my memories, just in
Whoa,
case.
that's
Future
fun.
Sockster 1.
That's
It's me
fun.
from the past. This is before everything.
Show the video, bro. Can we please see the video? See, he's preparing for that David after dentist situation. He's preparing to wake up from this and be like David after dentist. And listen, if you ain't know David after dentist, you ain't been on YouTube that long. Or maybe if you do know, you've been on YouTube for a really long time like me.
Is this real life?
Yes, this is real life.
Okay, now. Okay, now I have 2 fingers.
Good.
Oh my gosh. How's David after dentist now? No way.
I accidentally became a meme, and this is that.
This
story.
is David
My name is
after David after dentist.
David after dentist.
Is this real life?
My name is also David DeVore, and I'm the dad who
Oh
recorded
my
the video.
gosh.
This all started in 2008. My life was pretty normal, you know, just school.
That dad looks absolutely nothing like I expected him to look.
The reason David had to have the surgery was because he had a condition called hyperdontia, which is just an extra tooth. It's more common than you think. David's was up in this general area, but it was headed toward his sinus cavity, and that was going to cause big problems.
Okay, that's fine, dude. People get their teeth pulled all the time. I don't need the full explanation. I don't need to know this level of depth for the origin story of, is this real life? I'm good. I'm good. You could have just said he needed the teeth pulled. All right, anyways, back to socks.
But then it was time. They put this cabbage thing on my head. It looked like something that protected me from getting abducted by aliens. Like, that's how it looked
True.
like.
It's just tinfoil.
And this
It's a
part was
cabbage.
sort of scary because they were like rolling me into the surgery room, but I was like strapped down, just looking straight up. It was
Yup.
freaky.
Yup.
And when I made it to the room, there were these big bright lights just shining above. No joke. There was like 1,000 different types of knives on the shelves. Like, what kind of nightmare did I just put myself in? I started making
Yup.
some nervous jokes with the nurses and saying like, would they turn me into the Terminator and
Oh
stuff?
my gosh.
Like, and they were being nice about it. They were like, we'll do our best, you know?
They left the room. We'll be back.
I even
Nice.
asked, was it even possible for me to fight the anesthesia? Like, would I wake up during the surgery? No joke. This is what the guy did. He leaned over.
We sure hope not. That would be absolutely the worst. If anything's gonna wake you up from the anesthesia, it's that. By the way, homies, 2 things. Or 3, I think. 1, are you enjoying this slightly more chill video? Should I do a chill video where I'm sitting down like this with headphones every now and then? Let me know in the comments if you like this. Number 2, if you are watching this video and enjoying this video and you are not subscribed to SocksStudios, the original channel that who made this, the link will be in the description and at the end. Make sure you are supporting the original creators because animations take so much work and they deserve to be supported. Also, if you're enjoying this video here with me today, I would really appreciate it if you quickly took a second to boop the like button. If you're watching on TV, just hit the up arrow. The like button's right there. If you're on a phone, maybe on full screen for a second. iPad, same deal. I would really appreciate it. And also, if you are watching this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you did that and joined us on future adventures. That would be fun. Thanks, homies.
He started just a big smile. And he said, you can try.
Did he look at you like that?
You can.
That was scary. I hated
And I
that.
started freaking out. What is that supposed
I
to mean?
hated
It's
that.
possible? Why am I not just knowing this now? While this was going on my hand, like through my head, he started counting. 3,
Yup,
2,
yup,
1.
yup.
I was ready to like scream and run for it, and I just got Thanos.
Yup.
I literally don't remember
Yup.
anything. I instantly just fell asleep.
Wait,
That is exactly how it goes. That is exactly how you can try. He knew there was no chance. There is no shot of fighting off the anesthesia. They'll count it down. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, honestly, that's gotta be like one of the most fun parts about being a surgeon is every single time you get to count down. Or sometimes they tell the person the person to count down, like, yo, count down from 10. You will be asleep before you hit 1, I promise. And you're like, no way, dude, I'm awake right now. That's not gonna It's amazing. It's so good. Oh yeah, you think I'm gonna fall asleep? I'm fully awake right now. Okay, I'll do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It is incredible. It is incredible. So please, if you are ever getting general anesthesia like that, please don't worry. You're gonna fall asleep.
Socks, you don't remember? I was there. I was telling you a bedtime story. One is a spaceman.
Well, I'm just glad that I forgot it then.
What?
You think I would like dream or something? Maybe felt something?
Nope.
No, literally nothing. The next thing I remembered was just waking up in a horrible pain. It wasn't just pain.
Horrible
it was
pain.
like a really weird feeling. It was like I just ate some of the strongest brownies at my nearest college.
Amsterdam brownies.
Yeah. Just after I wake up, they were already asking me to leave. Like,
Asking
I just
you to
woke up.
leave? What?
My man, I couldn't even speak English at this moment, and they were already asking me to get out.
Hey,
Open
your
the
free
window.
trial
Wow.
expired. Get out of here.
I could barely like stand up correctly, so they put me in this wheelchair and just like literally they just wheelchaired me out, and they like dumped me out, like they just like get out.
They just left you on the road with the wheelchair.
And they just threw me into the car.
What?
Goodbye, right?
What? Where did you get this done? Haji's Quick Rhino? Wow, I did not get that kind of treatment in my experience. They were just like booting you out. I mean, I guess in these situations, it's like they need to move on to someone else. So I guess they don't. They do try to get you out of there pretty quickly. But like, you're in some kind of discharge area where like you get to chill for a little bit. They aren't supposed to just kick you right out of the surgery room and onto the streets. There's supposed to be a bit of time in between. But I guess he didn't have that luxury.
Luckily, you know, my dad was able to drive me home, but I'll be straight with you guys, I looked horrible. My face was all banged out.
that's how it
My
goes.
eyes were bruised. It looks like I just got finished in a Mortal Kombat movie.
I thought you got a nose job, not like completely destroyed. What happened?
It was bad. I didn't say anything the car ride home. And at this moment, I
Wow.
still had no idea how my nose looked like. You know? I don't know.
Oh,
It's like
Yeah.
it's like Christmas.
It was gonna take a while, cause yeah, it's like, it's weird because they do the procedure and they know what the end result is going to be, but you leave that place and it is not looking the way it's gonna look. To fully heal, it takes like over a year, you know? It takes like a couple months before it looks mostly normal, but there's still like swelling and all this stuff going on for a long time. So yeah, that is like the weird thing about it, cause the day that it gets done, it just is so swollen and looks like a mess, and you're like, oh my gosh, this looks even worse than before. But like, you just have to trust the process. Like, it takes time. It's very strange.
I don't know.
oh.
It's like Christmas. You find out when you unwrap it, like a mummy.
Yeah. At this moment, I still didn't know how I looked like. But that's why I had a follow-up appointment with the doctor, and it was time to get the bandages removed. This was about 2 weeks later.
You didn't see your
early.
nose for 2 weeks?
Yeah, I all this pressure was just building up. Like, did I
Yeah.
do something good or bad?
And that whole time
I
you
still
can't
don't
breathe
know.
through your
If you
nose.
don't like it, can't you just like get a refund and just get your old nose back?
Let's control Z.
That's not how life works. It's not Surgeon Simulator.
I went back to the doctor, and it was time to remove the first set of bandages on my face. The
Okay.
problem was, this was the hardest part of the whole thing, because there were still like these tubes all up in my nose, and there were stitches all in the interiors of my nose,
for a
and
while.
they had to be removed. I didn't know this. He sat me down, and at first it felt nice because he was finally taking off the bandages, the tape. It was like removing if you had a band-aid on for a long time. It felt nice, right? Then my man took the biggest set of like these chopper things.
Tweezer.
He held me down with his hand, and he was like, hold still.
Put that Among Us sus face.
He put my head down. He put these tweezers up my nose, right? And without warning, and just ripped out these tubes from in my nose.
How?
Just yonk, and they were like 10 feet long, man. How was that in my nose?
What?
Yikes.
I thought he removed my entire nose. I thought I was noseless.
That's
I was Voldemort.
terrifying.
You're like a little baby. Ooh, I got your nose.
It wasn't over yet. He still had to take out the stitches.
I didn't ever have to do any giant straw whatever just happened. I don't know about that. Man, where did you go? Haji's Quick Rhino? Is that where you went? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sure Haji's a great guy, but he does his procedure procedures a little too willy-nilly, okay? That's all I'm saying. Go to a reputable place.
It wasn't over yet. He still had to take out the stitches. And I thought in these days there would be like degradable stitches. You know, they would, you know, degrade over time or fall out on their own.
Yeah, like they
Sometimes.
dissolve in your thing.
That's not how they did it. They took them out manually. This man took a pair of scissors to my nose and started cutting.
Stop, I'm cringing.
And started cutting the stitches.
This is when the actual surgery starts.
The problem is that he doesn't hit like the actual stitches part every time. He actually hits my nose. So I'm nearly crying here. Like he was like cutting my nose.
This was the most painful part.
That's so
of like the whole
stressful.
entire surgery.
It sounds like he was just like punching you in the face, like, "Oh, are you okay? This hurts too. This hurt."
I'm like holding back the tears. But I didn't say anything because you know my man ego, man.
Of course.
I can take it, right? But oh my god, the pain!
I have so much testosterone.
I don't feel anything.
Flowing through his body.
Get a bigger scissors. I feel nothing.
This was the longest 5 minutes of my life, and at the end, I died.
That's how SocksFor2 was born.
The hard part was over. For the first time, I was able to see my nose. He took a mirror and voila. I saw the change. It was insane. I mean, my nose was inflamed, but I saw such a big difference. I was a new man.
Wow, that's fun. I am proud of Socks for multiple reasons. One, I am proud of Socks for seeing something that he had the ability to change that would make him feel better about himself, and he didn't shame himself. He went and did it, and he feels better. Two, I am proud of Socks for also being open to talking about this on the internet. As you guys know, I didn't feel the need to talk about it for the longest time, and I don't think people should feel pressured to talk about these things publicly, but the people who do decide to talk about these things publicly, they can help a lot of people out there who might need information about this kind of thing. And it can encourage other people to be more open about their insecurities and their experiences. Because everyone's feelings are valid. And anyways, I just appreciate that. And I honestly had a pretty fun time. I hope you liked this chill one. This one was a little bit different for me. Did you enjoy the vibes of this video? Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed these vibes. It was kind of chill. It was a little bit different, but just let me know, okay? Guys, here is Socks' channel. Their team did all of the hard work. We were just out here being goofballs. So check out the original channel and support the original creators. Here's the full playlist of times we looked at SocksStudios. This is now the 4th video. If you have not seen all 3 other ones, click on that and check them out. You have some catching up to do. Or here's a different video that YouTube thinks you will like. Are they right? You let me know. I'll see you here. I'll see you there. Peace out, homies.